not gonna hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to beef with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy
The Tank and Mayweather situation just took another unexpected turn.
The thing I want to touch on is the Floyd situation. You know, Floyd is Floyd. That's like I say, Tank is Tank, man. But at the end of the day, you know, the man is chasing great.
Their feud has been going on for quite a while now, with Tank even threatening to knock out Floyd, and now it looks like those words are being put to the test as rumors and announcements of a potential fight between them begin spreading everywhere.
I said, yo, I had somebody reach out. I think I had my assistant reach out to him on social media. And I think we met in New York. After that, I think the next day he was on a yacht with me in Miami. You know how I move around.
The highly anticipated clash between the undefeated legend Floyd Mayweather Jr. and rising star Gervonta "Tank" Davis has now been confirmed. This announcement comes on the heels of an intense and very public feud between the two fighters, a rivalry that has only added more fuel to the fire and heightened anticipation for the showdown.
You know, I wanted to introduce him to it, letting him know the world is bigger than just the USA. The world is bigger than just being in Baltimore.
The relationship between Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis has always been complex. Floyd Mayweather, a 5-division world champion with a perfect 50-0 record, took Davis under his wing early in his career. Gervonta Davis, who now boasts an impressive record of his own, was widely seen as Mayweather's protege under the Mayweather Promotions banner. Under Floyd's guidance, Davis quickly rose through the ranks, captured world titles, and built a massive fan following.
Entertaining work at that particular time. So I said, you know what? I like this kid.
However, cracks in their relationship began to surface as Davis started to feel restricted by Mayweather's control over his career. Davis grew increasingly frustrated with how Mayweather handled his fight selections, promotional decisions, and overall career direction. Over time, that tension continued to build, eventually reaching a boiling point in late 2023 when Davis publicly criticized Mayweather, stating that he was not being given the independence and freedom he believed he had earned.
Tank announced that he's leaving Mayweather Promotions. What do you have to say about his departure?
My focus, honestly, is on...
Feud spilled into the public eye when Davis took to social media, airing his frustrations through a series of tweets and Instagram posts. He accused Mayweather of being more focused on protecting his own legacy than genuinely developing his fighters. Davis went as far as claiming that Mayweather was attempting to live vicariously through him and other young fighters, using their success as a way to remain relevant in the spotlight.
Grooming somebody, getting them to a point, and then having some differences.
I've always been a gentleman. I've always been respectful.
Mayweather, never one to shy away from controversy, responded in kind during an interview. He dismissed Davis's complaints as the outburst of a young and inexperienced fighter who, in his view, did not yet understand the business side of boxing.
When I say certain things, they say, oh, he's hating. There's no different from when I talked about the thing with Gervonta.
Mayweather emphasized that every decision he made was aimed at securing Davis's long-term success and financial stability. He argued that Tank's rapid rise in boxing was largely fueled by the powerful promotional platform he had built, insisting that without that structure, Davis would not have reached superstardom as quickly as he did.
It's nothing like taking a kid that come from the same background as you and helping them and put them in a position to become a multi...
As the war of words escalated, both fighters began taking increasingly personal shots at each other. Davis accused Mayweather of being jealous of his potential and claimed Floyd was deliberately trying to sabotage his career. Mayweather fired back by questioning Davis's discipline and work ethic, pointing to multiple incidents where Tank missed weight or ran into legal trouble. He suggested Davis needed to grow up and take boxing more seriously, while also accusing him of being ungrateful for the guidance, opportunities, and support that helped shape his rise to stardom.
Years later, I started working with him, helped him, pushed him to be
The feud took an even darker turn during a conversation about Mayweather and John Gotti, when Floyd was asked directly about facing Tank. His response was calm but threatening. He said it was disappointing to see someone he helped raise turn against him, but reminded everyone that they are fighters at the end of the day, and fighting is what they do best. He went on to say that if stepping into the ring was what it took to teach Tank some discipline, then so be it. According to Floyd, those small wins gave Tank too much confidence, and now it was time for him to truly learn. He ended it bluntly, saying it was time to make it happen.
You know, his wings, he's grew wings where he can fly, become his own boss. More power.
The animosity between Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. and Gervonta Tank Davis has become one of boxing's most compelling storylines. Their journey from mentor and protege to bitter rivals is a complex web of ambition, accusations, and personal grievances. The exact moment their relationship began to sour is unclear, but signs of tension emerged over time. Mayweather, known for his meticulous business approach, stressed strategic patience for young fighters, which likely clashed with Davis's desire for faster career advancement. In 2017, Davis captured his first world title, a milestone that could have been a celebration of Mayweather's guidance, but some noticed a change in Floyd's demeanor, perhaps sensing that his protege was becoming a potential threat.
Talked about leaving Mayweather on the Brian Custer podcast.
I didn't say I'm leaving. I said my contract was up.
So there's still a possibility that you may resign.
The first public signs of tension appeared in 2020 when Mayweather, fresh from retirement for an exhibition bout, shared an old training video featuring Davis. While it seemed harmless, many interpreted it as a subtle way for Mayweather to assert control over Davis's narrative. This was followed in 2021 by a cryptic social media post from Davis that read, "Never idolize anybody too much. They're going to disappoint you eventually." Though the message appeared generic, fans saw it as a thinly veiled jab at Mayweather, fueling speculation about the growing rift.
Because of everything that Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe have done for him, so I do want him to do what he is saying. Take control of your...
Things escalated dramatically in 2022 when Mayweather, scheduled for an exhibition in Dubai, pulled out at the last minute citing unforeseen circumstances. Davis, ever the opportunist, took to social media with a scathing accusation, tweeting, "You out here scamming again, taking people's money. Floyd Mayweather Jr. undefeated. Where did the money go?" This public claim not only questioned Mayweather's financial dealings, but also cast doubt on his integrity, marking a clear breach of trust and a major hit to their relationship. The tension continued to build later that year at a press conference, where Davis confronted Mayweather directly, accusing him of dodging fights and hindering his career. Known for his sharp tongue, Mayweather fired back, mocking Davis's dance moves and criticizing his choice of opponents.
On saying, hey, this is my career. You had yours. I respect you from buying me a chain, buying me this, buying me that, take me on a jet. All that's great. But at the end of the day, I'm only going by his interview. You seen it?
Davis fired another verbal jab at Floyd, saying, "You ain't fought nobody in 10 years. You're scared to fight me. You know I'm going to expose you. Why are you holding me back?" Floyd didn't stay silent, firing back. "You're talking about dancing, but you can't even dance right. Worry about facing real fighters instead of calling out retired legends."
You, Floyd Mayweather, for all the things you gave me. If the intentions was you just looking out for me.
Mayweather's comments only poured more fuel on the fire, with fans seeing them as an attempt to belittle Davis's achievements while deflecting from his own inactivity. Davis, however, refused to back down. He responded by claiming that he had already surpassed Mayweather's accomplishments at a younger age and even boasted about securing a more lucrative fight contract. That bold claim reignited debates about his boxing credentials and exposed a deeper financial rivalry brewing beneath the surface. Taking things even further, Davis made a shocking statement, saying that now he could openly talk about knocking Floyd out if he ever saw him, and that he wouldn't care about going back to jail, a line that stunned fans and showed just how personal and volatile the feud had become.
Break away from the chains of somebody he still respects and respects.
Adding fuel to the fire, Mayweather made a surprising move by appointing a new CEO for his promotional company, Leonard Ellerbe, bypassing Davis's former trainer and mentor, Roger Mayweather. Davis, still under Mayweather Promotions at the time, viewed this as a betrayal of loyalty and a personal slight. He took to social media, accusing Mayweather of playing mind games and trying to control everyone around him. With both fighters undefeated, boxing fans began clamoring for a showdown, a clash of styles and generations, pitting Mayweather's legendary defense against Davis's explosive power. The financial stakes were enormous, with a Mayweather-Davis fight projected to be a pay-per-view bonanza generating millions for both fighters. Despite the hype and potential payday, negotiations stalled, leaving fans eagerly waiting for what could be the fight of the decade.
It don't necessarily have to be leave Mayweather Promotions about just becoming that man, handle your own, responsibility.
Mayweather remained relatively quiet, focusing on promoting other fighters under his banner. This silence fueled speculation that he might be avoiding a fight with Davis, fearing a potential loss to his former protege. Behind the scenes, the tension was even more apparent. Mayweather seemed to believe that Davis was not yet ready for the big leagues and needed more time to mature both in and out of the ring. This fundamental difference in perspective created a rift between them that only grew wider with time.
Mayweather Promotions, they did a great job with me, but it was time for me to move.
Their interactions grew colder and increasingly hostile during training sessions. What were once words of encouragement from Mayweather turned into sharp critiques and dismissive comments. In response, Davis began distancing himself from the Mayweather camp, training independently and seeking guidance from other seasoned fighters. Many saw this move as a clear signal of Davis's desire to break free from Mayweather's shadow and forge his own path in the boxing world.
He was like, I gotta do that.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like,
he was going at me. He was going.
Media played a major role in intensifying this rivalry, as every comment, tweet, and interview was dissected and analyzed, adding fuel to the fire. In one particularly candid interview, Davis openly expressed his frustrations. "I respected Floyd, looked up to him, but it's clear now he doesn't want me to shine. He wants to keep all the spotlight for himself. Well, I'm done with that. I'm making my own way, and if he doesn't like it, that's too bad." The interview spread widely, cementing the public perception of their fractured relationship. Mayweather, known for his strategic mind, used this to his advantage, playing the role of the misunderstood mentor. In an interview, he said, "I want Tank to succeed, but he has to understand that it's a long game. Rushing things won't help him in the long run. I'm here to guide him, not hold him back." Despite these words, his actions often seem to contradict his statements, fueling more skepticism from fans and critics alike.
I feel like y'all got, I would say love, hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things?
At this point, the situation had divided everyone in the sport. Some believed Mayweather was genuinely trying to help Davis, using tough love to prepare him for the challenges ahead. Others saw Mayweather as a manipulative figure, more concerned with protecting his legacy than fostering the next generation of talent. Davis's growing popularity and success only fueled this narrative, with many viewing him as the future of boxing, ready to step out of Mayweather's shadow and claim the spotlight for himself.
Him, for his victory. But if you done something spectacular when you sparred me, I'm going to...
Now, it's clear that Floyd dominated the boxing world for nearly 2 decades. He became the face of the sport, selling massive pay-per-views on almost every fight. The top 4 highest-selling pay-per-views in boxing history are all Floyd Mayweather fights against elite opponents. According to him, we may never see another boxer captivate the eyes of fans in this way again.
As far as pay-per-view, I think I got the, 4 top for pay-per-view. I still got a sharp mind. I think they were saying that Floyd Mayweather is, he's losing his memory.
It's just recently that Mayweather continued to insist Tank was nowhere near his level. In a past interview, he explained why his protege, Gervonta Davis, would not be able to break his pay-per-view records. He can do crazy numbers, but it's going to be hard to break my record because so many people are stealing. So many people streaming. It's still stealing. They're not paying for it, and they're getting it free. It's stealing, Floyd said. he was referring to the illegal streams that have proliferated online, making it nearly impossible for networks to block them. Mayweather fought in simpler times, which helped him secure the top 4 spots among the highest-grossing pay-per-views in boxing history.
He can do crazy numbers. It's going to be hard to break my record because you have so many people stealing. So many people stealing.
The highest-grossing pay-per-view ever was the Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao bout, dubbed the fight of the century. The fight sold 4,600,000 pay-per-views and generated $410 million in pay-per-view revenue alone. Although many believe the fight did not live up to all the hype, it still holds a record that may not be broken anytime soon.
I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Like when Floyd was 29.
Now, if these two decide to face each other in the ring, we know they would sell massive numbers. The build-up would be explosive, with the bitter rivalry between former mentor and student adding a deeply personal edge to what would undoubtedly be a historic showdown. Mayweather's years of training Davis mean they know each other's strengths and weaknesses intimately, making the stakes even higher.
He's the only one that drives a Mercedes. And last time I checked, we got fighters all around the world.
Floyd Mayweather, with his impeccable defensive skills and unparalleled ring IQ, would enter the ring with the confidence of a fighter who has never tasted defeat. His career, marked by strategic brilliance and flawless technique, has made him a legend. The way he dodges punches, his ability to read opponents, and his precision in counterattacks have all contributed to his undefeated record. Facing Tank, a fighter he trained and molded, would present a unique challenge. Mayweather would need to anticipate every move Davis makes, leveraging his experience and tactical acumen to stay one step ahead. On the other side, Gervonta Davis would bring raw power and youthful aggression into the ring. Known for his knockout ability and relentless pressure, Davis would aim to overwhelm Mayweather with his explosive style. His strikes are not only strong but delivered with incredible velocity, making him a serious threat. Since Mayweather coached him, Davis understands Mayweather's moves and strategies, possibly giving him an advantage. Also, Tank's drive comes from wanting to emerge from Mayweather's shadow and create his own legacy. The pre-fight tension is already intense and heated. Davis has openly made the feud personal, even mentioning Mayweather's daughter in disputes, adding bitterness and turning a professional rivalry into a personal conflict. Considering Tank and Floyd's personalities, the press events before the fight would be full of provocations, accusations, and psychological tactics, increasing excitement among fans. Mayweather, a master of mental games, would likely try to shake Davis's confidence and test his focus. Davis would respond by asserting himself and declaring he is ready to overthrow the champion. Both fighters boast enormous fan bases, and the saga of their feud would mesmerize audiences across the globe. The pay-per-view sales would likely shatter records despite modern issues with illegal streaming. The appeal of a former mentor facing his former student, combined with the personal tension between them, would attract not only hardcore boxing fans, but also casual viewers drawn to the drama. Analysts agree the bout would be a battle of contrasting styles and eras. Mayweather's defensive mastery and strategic brilliance would face off against Davis's explosive power and relentless aggression. Mayweather would likely rely on counterpunching, using movement and defensive skill to frustrate Davis and create openings for sharp counters. Davis, knowing Mayweather's approach, would have to find ways to breach that defense, perhaps targeting body shots to wear him down and open opportunities for head-punching power shots. The opening rounds would be critical. Mayweather would try to dictate the pace with his jab, keeping Davis at range while studying his opponent. Davis, in contrast, would probably start aggressively, aiming to assert control and land big shots early to disturb Mayweather's timing. Using his usual intelligence and instincts, Davis would work to figure Mayweather out in the early rounds and then sustain pressure, searching for cracks in Mayweather's defense. As the fight moves into the later rounds, stamina and endurance become key factors. Mayweather, known for his remarkable conditioning and ability to remain composed under pressure, would need to stay focused and execute his strategy flawlessly. Davis would have to summon every ounce of determination and grit to keep pressing forward, landing impactful shots. The personal intensity of their rivalry would be visible in every punch and defensive move. Fans would be on the edge of their seats, witnessing not just a physical contest, but a mental one as well. Mayweather's experience in high-pressure bouts would help him remain calm and calculated, while Davis's drive and need to prove himself could push him to take chances and maintain relentless aggression.